Hello! Today we're going to go over the 6 essential spinal movements, and we can actually do all of those movements from a seated position. And I think that's really cool and a good tool to use when either you're meditating and your low back kind of starts to hurt or your back just gets a little tired, because we sit a lot and it's good to move to bring some fluidity into the spine to make our practices a little bit easier. The first thing I like to do is either put a block underneath my hips or a bolster. Bolsters work as well. You can even use a pillow. We want to get the hips elevated and curve our low back or lumbar spine in. It's a little healthier for the low back. Then you grab your right thigh and your glute and you internally rotate it and then sit it back down so the sit bone is more directly sitting on the block or the bolster, and do the same thing with the flesh of the opposite side. Bring your hands to your knees, sit up tall with a long spine, and close your eyes. Start to center into your breath. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and exhale it all out through your mouth. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale through your nose. Stretch the breath down and deep into the belly and exhale it out through the mouth. 1 last breath like that. Inhale deep through the nose. Roll the breath along the throat and down. Fill up your lungs. 360. And exhale it all out like you're fogging up a mirror. On this next one, inhale through the nose. Slightly tone the back of your throat. And exhale out through the nose. Toning the back of the throat. Bring a little bit more of an audible sound to your breath. Try to deepen each inhale and elongate each exhale. This is called Ujjayi breath. It brings more focus to our practice and it allows more space for a deeper breath. On this next one, inhale, pulling your chest forward and arching your spine, gazing slightly up. And as you exhale, pull your navel towards your spine and round in. Inhale and reach your chest forward. Breathe in, and as you exhale, round your spine on the exhale. Pull your navel in towards the back of your spine and tuck your chin in towards your chest. This is extension, and as we curl into ourself, this is flexion of the spine. Do a couple more of these with your breath. And when you're ready, meet in a neutral position with a long spine. Inhale, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down and bend to the right. Inhale, lift up. And second side. Bring the inhales will bring you back up to center, and as you exhale, you stretch long to the side. Inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, bend down. Root down into your sit bones to lift up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. So we have extension, flexion, and lateral movement of the spine. We can also do a lateral glide, which is just gliding along the vertebrae as we kind of slide back and forth. This one's fun. It's kind of like a little worm. When you're ready, bring your torso to a neutral, position. Inhale, lift your hands up as you root down into the ground, and as you exhale, twist your torso towards the left. Bring your right hand to the knee and your left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen from your sit bones up towards the sky. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper, creating some resistance by pushing your right hand into your knee and firmly gluing your left hand into the ground. Let the inhale bring you back to center. Bring your hands up to the sky. Stretch in 2 different directions, and as you exhale, twist the opposite way. Bring your right hand to your knee and your left hand behind you. Same thing, inhale to lengthen from the sit bones all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, twist, create more resistance to go deeper into the rotation of the spine. Do 1 more on each side with your breath. Inhale brings you back to center, and exhale to go into the twist. Meet with your hands at your heart. And now, this other way we can do rotation is you bring your hands up to like cactus arms, and you just twist back and forth each way. Keep your shoulders back, tone your belly, pull your lower ribs in, and just twist. Create the resistance by keeping your hips square. When you've had enough of that, you can bring your hands back to center. And this last one, I like to keep my hands on my knees actually. And as we inhale, we'll bring our stomach forward and to our right knee, and then roll across the front, bring our stomach to the left knee, and then as we exhale, we round into ourselves and back. So we do a nice circular motion with the spine. As we come forward, we're coming into extension of the spine, and as we come back, we're moving towards flexion. You can switch directions and go the opposite way. And maybe switch directions again and kind of find what feels good for you. When you're ready, come to a neutral position. Either lay your hands down by your knees or bring your hands into your chest and just close your eyes and follow your breath. Just feel if anything feels different, a little bit more spacious, maybe a little more open. Maybe there's no change at all. Now we're going to go through a couple poses that really bring these spinal movements to life that are very simple warm-up poses we can do in the morning or at night or whenever you feel like it. Bring your hands directly below your shoulders and your knees slightly behind your hips. Assure that your hands are shoulder width apart, and you spread your hand wide and root down through the perimeter of your palms. Really claw the mat with your hands. Inhale and drop your belly and lift your sit bones up towards the sky. This is called cow pose. In Sanskrit, it's Bithalasana. And as you exhale, pull your navel towards your spine and tuck your chin in for cat pose, Marjasana. Stay here for 2 breaths to really feel the stretch along the upper back and cervical spine. And on your next inhale, drop your belly and come back to cow pose. You can move through these positions with your own breath. And you can also allow some movement of the hips, bringing the hips out to the side and up towards your hands. And go in a circular motion, bringing the hips back by the heels, and maybe go in the opposite direction. Another way to experience this pose is to flip the position of your hands by facing your fingertips towards your knees and bringing the weight onto the knuckles instead of dumping into the wrists. This will stretch the forearms and you can still move through the spinal movements while stretching your forearms. When you're ready, inhale and lift your right arm straight up, and then as you exhale, weave it underneath you and come onto your right ear and come onto your left hand fingertips. Bring your left hip crease back. It's gonna tend to come out to the side. You wanna keep your hips square to create a resistance in the twist. Inhale, lift up back through center. And as you exhale, bring your hand back down. Simply switch sides. Inhale and lift up. And as you exhale, weave it underneath and come on to your left ear and your left hand fingertips, or your right hand fingertips. Inhale, lift it back up, and exhale, bring your hand back down. Those are the 6 essential spinal movements. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I hope you like the video.